Okay, so for those of you who are here, thank you for coming to the Frequency Minded Music session that I invited Ian to do for my audience for lots and lots of reasons, but mostly because he's amazing and using his music in ways to kind of enhance what I was doing with poetry and writing and sessions and content and all these things was like such a no-brainer to me to have that collaboration, that combination and collaboration going on. Plus, Ian, thank you for being such an amazing collaborator in general. Just Ian's one of those people, you guys, where he gets that when two big energies come together, there's like an explosion of amazing awesomeness energy that comes as a result of that. And it's really, really fun to play in the sandbox with people like Ian. So I wanted you all to understand what's possible and have him explain his programs and all the good things. And if you're watching the replay, cool, thank you for watching. And if you have any questions later, we're gonna have the information in all the groups and all the stuff, so just reach out. But Ian, I'm gonna turn it over to you and let you get at it.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks so much for having us. So first I'm gonna introduce, this is Brittany Churchill, and she's my partner in life, but also partner in business. And we run Listening to Smile, and Listening to Smile is a unique sound healing company that really focuses on licensing and working with a lot of healers and holistic practitioners with this music. And so the first thing that I wanted to talk about quickly is just what is frequency. So most people know hertz is the measurement of vibrations per second. And so, frequency is measured, it's a vibration that's measured, right, into a specific frequency or hertz. And so the reason I want to talk about this is because most people don't equate frequency and the everyday things around them. It's like not just sound baths or music, but it's also the thoughts we think, the food we eat, the people we hang out with, the media that we're taking in. Movies and news sources and things of that nature all carry vibrations with them. So I think it's neat to really put in perspective that on a daily basis, we're surrounded by things that stimulate us that are vibrations, and so this music that we're working with is meant to help target the stress response of the bodies. So working with lowering the heart rate, lowering the brainwave activity to a more relaxed state, and just being overall more calm and bringing in more joy, more focus, and more clarity to the individuals working with the music. So I'd love for you to share some of your thoughts on that too.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Ian.
Mhm.
Yeah, so we think about it, everything down to the cellular level is vibrating. It's moving. And so that's measurable in hertz frequency. And so what's really cool about this music is that we're actually able to communicate to the body on the cellular level. So that's neat, right? And then we can pair this music with so many different modalities and aspects of our life or even your business. And it becomes more of an amplifier than anything. It's an amplifier, it's a tool in your toolbox to help really expand what you're already doing. So
And I think the reason that we were excited to do this talk with Laura and the community is because one of the biggest things that I feel like a lot of healers are not doing this in this time is like Joe Dispenza, has bestsellers, but he always puts out guided meditation albums that go with his books. And I think it's just a really cool not only a lead magnet, but just overall, maybe someone's not into reading, right? And they check out this meditation and they get moved by his message and his vibration, right? And so it encourages them, like, I'm going to get this book, I'm going to listen to it on, book on tape or audio, or they're going to get the book and actually read it because this piece of music, this guided meditation connected with them in a way that brought them into his project. And what's interesting about that is, you know, a lot of publishers will talk to you that it's usually by the third book that you write, people, you know, are connecting with that and then are going back and getting your older versions of your other books. And it's just really neat that these albums can be an upsell to the projects you guys are already working on with Laura. But I also think it's an opportunity to reach into other areas that people might not have ever purchased your book, are now brought to your project through that connection with you through the audio recording and using the frequency music. So,
and one other point I will say, and is that this music it's like, the way I describe it, it's like a gateway for people to be still and know God. And whatever that experience is of God, it may be a spiritual experience, or it may be that they need clarity on something. They need to feel peace. They need to feel support. They need to feel some sort of breakthrough. And so this music really, it just becomes a vessel. So you get your reader from here to here, and say your focus is, I want to help my reader. My target is overwhelmed moms, or my target is helping businesses, entrepreneurs niche down in their business. Whatever your target is, and trying to help your reader, your audience, getting it from A to B, this music is really like a vessel for carrying that intention over to the end result. So really, if you, I guess we talk about meditation, like if you, as one of the examples, but it doesn't have to be meditation. Like if you're wanting to work with the music in a course or a journaling exercise, or just even allowing your reader to have just a pause to create more self-awareness, to just tune in, or to expand a thought, just maybe give them a question and have them listen to music for 2 minutes to just expand their idea about your prompt. And so, and what's cool about the music, and really, really neat, is that it's science-based. And so everything that's inside the music is, it's working to help the person lower their brainwave state and move into theta brainwave, which is very much more highly programmable state of being. And it's helping lower the heart rate, which is allowing them to rest, to come into that stillness, right? The being still to meet God, right? Whatever that intention is. And so this music gets to work in the background to help amplify your greatness, like whatever you're bringing to the table. If you're prompting them, if you're having them do a journal entry, if you're leading them through a meditation, it really just helps amplify what you're trying to do and creating the end result with your reader. Does that make sense?
yeah, no, it's good.
Yeah.
And I think, guys, the next things that I would like to just talk about real shortly is, so this past, I guess a week ago, we had a certification, and at the certification, Dr. Rodney tested blood of some of the participants before they went through the sound bath and meditation, and then they took the blood after the meditation, and we did it 2 different days. And Pam, you were one of the people, right? You had your blood taken? Yeah. So it was really interesting because it was just so neat watching. So Dr. Rodney showed us slides of the blood, and there was the first slides before the meditation, all the cells were clumped together and there was a lot of congestion in the blood. And he said, I'm seeing this more and more from 5G and Wi-Fi. It's like really changing blood and, you know, even to the cells. And after the meditation, it showed that it had pulled out toxins like heavy metals and different things like that, also parasites and other debris from the cells and from the tissues, and had put it into the bloodstream. And the reason that he said this was so significant was, he said, now the body has the chance to actually do work and battle and to, you know, purge this from the body. And so it was just so neat to see, you know, he was like, definitely after people go through sound baths like this, where they're doing meditation for an hour with the music, drink water just like you would if you were having a massage or something of that nature. And so it was just so neat to see that in real time. And so
Laura asked, is it like a detox effect?
yes, so it's a detox effect. It's not to the point where someone gets sick or something like that. But if you were doing this every single day and setting that intention and being immersed in the music for an hour at a time, Dr. Rodney's, because he did it for 2 days back to back. And so he was saying he wished that he had a whole week or 2 weeks with an individual to keep doing the blood testing with them to see. But he said his guess would be that it would just be like a detox purging, where he's wanting to implement it now with some of his like parasite cleanses and some of his detoxing routines that he wants to pair the music with. So it's just really neat to see that. So that's what the reason I'm touching on that is because, Brittany was just saying that this is science-based. Almost all of the tracks in our catalog or discography are using binaural beats, what we call enhanced binaural beats. And so it's utilizing that technology to set up a brainwave state where we're creating, most of the time, about 85% of the focus is going to be theta brainwave state. And that's what you hit just before REM sleep. It's one of the most, meditative, relaxing states, where you hypnotherapists, life coaches, a lot of people, counselors, psychologists that are using binaural beats want to target theta because it's one of the most highly reprogrammable states. So if you're working in conjunction with like positive affirmations and declarative statements and like reprogramming that subconscious level, to move away from like fear, and move into hope, move into love, move into positivity, that's an amazing state to reprogram. So a lot of people with like addictions, people with like anxiety and like OCD and just different issues that people deal with on that level of anxiousness and worry and fear. A lot of people love using theta brainwave state to target these new declarative statements, reprogramming to move forward. Now, it doesn't always have to be a severe case like that. There can be people that are wanting more focus or more clarity, people that are wanting to just sustain and to have that self-care maintenance. And these tracks are great. And for those types of functions, we always say 10 to 20 minutes is what we suggest, 10 to 20 minutes a day. So it's like, if you can do 10 minutes in the morning and that's all you got, it's still going to make a difference. If you can do 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes at night, and you do that for a week, you're really going to see a difference in the way that your body and nervous system react to outside stimulants. It's going to be very different. And the more time you put in with it, the more result you see. And that's something that we're seeing with all of our clients and a lot of the affiliates who are working with people with our music. So I just wanted to touch on that. And then the next thing I wanted to touch on quickly is, and then I'd love to get some feedback from you guys, but is how can this music amplify your book or your brand? And so I just wanted to, I'm going to pull Laura in on this one, but basically I just wanted to say that the license that we give the affiliates who work with us are able to use our music and videos. So the people have used the music in spoken word poetry videos. They've used it in reels on Instagram. They've used it on videos and on YouTube, and also commercials and podcasts. So it's something that, as an affiliate, you have the license, what we call a multi-use license, to utilize the music in all of these different ways. And then we show you how you can monetize those opportunities that you're sharing the music, that you guys can actually capitalize on and help to make and earn income for yourself from just posting the content. So it's just really neat, but it also, on top of that, gives you the permissions to resell the music to your clients. You're able to host events online and in person. And we love those events because that's what we really say are the community builders. Hosting events brings in new people, new opportunities, new connections and experiences with the music that allows them to experience that and then say, I want to go deeper. And so you guys are kind of their gateway. If you became an affiliate, you would be kind of the gateway to them being connected, and there would be what we call gratitude payments that you would receive in exchange for you taking the time to share the content. So there's a lot of different ways. from adding more value to the books, to creating more interaction with people in your community, to being able to have the license to then have your business actually become branded with music.
Mhm.
And the last point I want to say in that is why that is significant is most people severely overlook the power of music in anything that they're doing. For instance, when you go to a sporting event, can you imagine if they did not play music, right? They never played music to hype the crowd up, to get people excited. If you went to a movie and there was no music present, that movie would be severely lacking emotion. The music is almost key at all the emotional epic points of those stories. The music adds value. And so the last thing I just want to say is, what we have tried to do is create a soundtrack for healing. So we have music for yoga, kirtan. We have, deep meditation, things that are used for sound journeys or sound baths. We have things that are used for people that are wanting to have more focus, more clarity. There's guided meditations. There's upbeat music for working out. And there's just a lot of different music in the catalog so that it can be utilized in a lot of different ways by the affiliate. So I think that's the really big point. And then also that you're getting delivered new content every month.
Mhm.
And so that's really, really cool, is that we look at the Vedic astrology for the month and we create an album every month that's then delivered to you and you're able to use in all these various ways. So
I think one other point that I'll mention, just having written a book myself and understand that whenever you write a book, usually you want to put a lead magnet in there because you want to be able to have that contact information from your reader. You want their email address. And so this lead magnet is usually like something that you offer for free or for a small price. And so if you were to be a part of our community and be under this umbrella of this multi-purpose license that also gives you an opportunity to work alongside with Ian and Listening to Smile and creating white labeled products. So what that would look like is, say in the beginning of your book, you have a lead magnet that is your meditation or your guided journaling prompt or an affirmations song or track or something like that. But that track is actually a part of an entire album. So say somebody's like, yes, I would love to have that for free. And they put their email address in. Now you have their contact information. They get that track, but they want to continue and they want to actually extend their experience with you and buy the entire album that you have. And suddenly your book that sells for $20 is now, that one customer is paying an additional $10 or $20 to continue their customer experience with you. So suddenly your sales double, with every customer, or have the potential to double with every customer. And then of course, if they enjoy that free lead magnet, then maybe you have a course that you're building. I think I heard Katie's got a course that you're building. And so, that would naturally lead into that course, or you have a community that you've built. And so this would naturally lead into that community. And like Ian had mentioned, when you're part of this membership program, we are putting out music every single month. So there's fresh content that you can utilize in your community. If you're doing something on a monthly basis anyways in your community, it's just another element that you can add to in an easy form to help amplify that experience inside the community. Did I explain that?
yeah,
well?
that's
Okay.
good. And I want to turn it to Laura in a second, but the last thing I just want to say is that FMM, frequency minded music, is what we have trademarked. And it just means that we're focused on the body organ frequencies, the chakra frequencies, or planetary frequencies. So the music is tuned differently from away from standard tune. And we can get into the conspiracy of that if you guys want to, but I think most people know that the tuning was changed about a little less than 100 years ago. And the focus was to really kind of disorient people from the connection of music. Music used to be tuned concert pitch A equals 432. And a lot of people experimented even with A equals 444, but 440 actually changes the length of the frequency wave, and it actually changes the way it interacts with cellular and also tissues of body. Also, plants and animals are affected differently when the music's tuned to A = 440. A = 440 is the standard tune, and it's pretty much any music that you hear on the radio or any kind of standard music today, contemporary popular music, is most of the time in A = 440. So when we're working with these healing focuses, we tune the music differently and have a completely different intention of, instead of just entertainment, we're working more with release work and healing and intentionality of like the creation of this music being used for a specific function and not for just like partying or, you know, just dancing and having entertainment, which all that is great, but it's really the focus of the music is to work with practitioners, working with people that want to create breakthroughs. So with all that being said, I appreciate you guys listening, but I wanted to turn it over to Laura because Laura and I have known each other for 4 years, 3 years, something. It's been a while.
At least, yeah, at least 3, because you were in our very first book, which is 3 plus almost 4 years old now. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been a while, and Laura always came up with really cool ways to use the music. And like, if you guys sign up today, you'll use her code, and that is giving back to her community as well as growing our community. And you guys would all be able to have that same opportunity within your communities to grow your communities and to work with the music in that way. So you want to share with them a couple of the ways that you've used it and things that you have found to be helpful?
Yeah, I do. I want to tell you guys a couple things about this. So first of all, when you need to get back into your body because you've checked out, so think trauma, sound is the fastest way. So I want you just to think about that for a second, right? So you know how like Esther Hicks says she hears the sound of the air conditioner moving through the house, you know, the little whatever, the opening. Like, I immediately think we need to put on Ian's music instead of that. You know, like it would be so much more beneficial to be listening to something that was washing you out. It feels like I'm being washed out from the inside out when I listen to these albums. But the other thing I wanted to tell you all is that, I kind of wanted to give you, I've got my Bandcamp app up on my phone right now. And the go-tos for me since I've known Ian have been the anxiety relief album. The pain relief album is fairly new, I think, Ian. So I added that one to my repertoire. His movement meditation albums are absolutely my favorite 2 albums that exist in his list. The sleep album is amazing, works every single time for me, because I think for me, it's actually long enough that it works every time. And the last one in my list here is the chakra tune-up. I love that one. So as you can see, I listen to a lot of them, little different reasons for different ones. But over the last 3.5 years, some of you know my very intense family trauma that we've been through. And so I had that. And on top of that, I herniated 2 discs in my back, and I was laid out on the floor from March for about 6 months. I was working when I could, and I was laying on the floor the rest of the time because that's how bad it was. So I had my phone next to me, and that's when I picked up the pain relief album, Ian. And I was like, okay, I got to try something different, right? It's anxiety, yes, but it's pain. So I went to the pain album. But also it was just, I couldn't get out of my thoughts. I couldn't get a relief from that chaotic stuff going on. So the music really, really helped me ground and center and get back into this magical place where everything good happens. So unless you can get back in there, it's tough to heal. And so I love the sound and the music for all of those reasons. I added it in the background of video content for my business. It makes so much sense with Brave Healer Productions and everything we're doing to have videos with the sound healing music behind them. The poetry has been so much fun to add music behind. It just gives it that extra amazingness. I feel like the words that I'm creating are healing, but adding the music is like a 10x. It's just like this incredible combination. And what else am I missing that I wanted to let you know? So a couple of the gals have the question that, can you be an affiliate for just the music and not all the other stuff? So I'm going to let you answer those questions about being an affiliate. I've been an affiliate for a while. Oh, I remember the other thing. In the beginning, I created a space in my home, and we had events where usually 5 or 6 of us would hang out in my basement with my speakers, and we had some wonderful sound healing events together. But I also did that online a few times when COVID hit. And all the ability to hold those events and guide people through a sound healing meditation event was really, really badass. And I would not have done it without you guys, like without that option of not only the music, but what you provide the affiliates every single month with a brand new album, a whole album, y'all, of every month, with all of the explanation. So essentially, Ian is giving you scripts to give your people some of the science and fun, I don't know whether to call it astrological stuff, or okay, good. And I just felt so great about having that in front of me. So, and I always would like say, hey, you guys, this is from Ian and his group. I want you guys to know this, this, and this. Okay, lay down, let's do our thing, right? But it was really cool to have that, because I probably wouldn't have taught it otherwise either. And you all just pour your magic into the affiliates every month. So I want y'all to know that they overgive constantly. So did you want to answer the affiliate questions, Ian?
Yeah. So what's interesting is most of the business coaches or people that we know who are consultants are constantly telling us that our price is too low. Like they're like, this should cost $2,500, and what you're doing and what you're providing, and like, and they would go through like someone hosting an event, and they're like, well, someone could really pay for your subscription in 2 events or 3 events. And I'm like, I know. And they're like, you should raise your prices. And I say, well, I would rather grow. I want more people to experience this music, and there's other opportunities to make monetary value. But for the affiliates, I feel like there's not a lot of people who give, like, I'm a visual artist, I'm a poet, and I'm a musician. I play about 25 different instruments. There's not a lot of people who are giving to me because they're like, hey, you're a musician, you're constantly giving to everyone else, let me take care of you. And no one really says that to healers either. It's more about us giving and putting out into the world more than the world is giving back to us. And there can even seem like we go against the grain sometimes, in the way society is laid out at the moment. But I do believe it's changing, and I do believe that people are starting to wake up more to the power of self-care and holistic practitioners, as well as even musicians, artists, and poets. And so my point in saying that is just that the focus of our program is what you're paying for is support, and you're also getting the monthly calls once a month with the community, and then you're paying for the licensing. That's really what you're paying for with your price that you pay for the affiliate program, is the ability to use the music to actually generate income and be protected under copyright law, where no one can sue you. You can't get your videos taken down. You can't have content pulled because it's breaking copyright law. You're basically protected under that copyright, and then you have the ability to earn income on this music. All the other stuff is really just added value, meaning like you can host online events, in-person events, you can sell other parts of our programs and earn income. But really the focus of the price per year is the support that you get, which is for the entire year, and then the ability to use the music in a commercial application and generate income from that music. And so we feel that it's totally fair, and we do feel like we over deliver, but I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that there's a lot of opportunities to create income and to make your ROI. And that's one of the things that we work with and support is like if someone's like, I have an idea to do some events, and then we say, here's what we've seen be successful in many different parts of the world. Our practitioners are in 10 different countries now. So we've been growing this last few years, and it's been really exciting. But it's been neat because the data that we're gathering, about 85% of what people are doing works pretty much everywhere. There are some exceptions to that rule here and there, and different countries and cultures have different ideas on things sometimes, but for the most part, it's all in alignment. So yes, it does. It's an annual subscription. So it's a 1-year subscription. It's not a monthly subscription. And so there are opportunities where it can be split into 4 payments. So it's not that you have to pay everything up front. You do have the opportunity to apply to have it put into 4 different payments. So it does help a lot of people.
And that's generous to do a payment plan. And you guys, I gave you my code, which is just the word brave. So if you want to go grab an album and get a discount on your album and try the music out for yourself, use the code. I've been an affiliate for a long time. And then the membership to be an affiliate, my affiliate link for that is also up in the chat right now. And for those of you watching the replay, I'll put all the codes and the links and everything below so that you have them. But I highly suggest you grab an album and play with using that album for a few nights and, see how it makes you feel and all that good stuff. Did you guys have other affiliate questions that we didn't answer there in the chat?
Yeah,
And you're
curious about the cost. You mentioned the cost. I'm just curious about that. I know your link shows a certification and affiliate membership.
Yeah, so no, so there's we do certifications as well, but the affiliateship is $777 for the year. And like I said, it can be broken to 4 payments. And then there's also the ability to become certified. And that's just a whole, the focus is actually more on the business side of growing community and business. And there's a different focus once you become certified. But there's also some other perks and benefits of becoming certified. And it's on a different level. It's really utilizing the music in a way that you can capitalize all the other values and services, skill sets that you're using. For instance, like chiropractors, right? So a lot of times Dr. Rodney was saying that he likes that he can interact with the patient with the music in session, and then the person can buy the album and go home. That gives him an extra sale that he's making to his client. But he said that it connects them where they're using the music in session, they're able to use it at home, and he's also able to get them to do some of the exercises and things that he's wanting them to do in conjunction with the treatment that they're getting in the office. So he says it kind of creates an extension and connection to him even outside of the office. And so he really likes that. So there's just a lot of different ways that you can use it.
And I had the combo link up. That's why she was confused. So I dropped the second link for you, Katie, which is just that. Yeah, okay. And I'll put all the different links so that you guys can check them all out. Certification is a whole kind of other level of thing to think about, which I think if you think of your business and you really love the whole idea of using the music, there are endless possibilities in terms of then being certified and running events. And even if you ran 2 a year, 3 a year, 1 a quarter, what I know for sure is these guys are going to help you get that going and effective and successful. And they're going to give you all the tricks of, of the trade. And if you're anywhere near, you guys are in Pennsylvania?
No, we're in
Oh, where are you?
Texas.
Oh, you're in Tech, right? Okay, you moved.
Yeah.
Tell them a little bit about the event you just had, which was in Texas. I'm remembering now, where you were in the movie theater.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
Yeah, it went awesome. So Pam was actually there at the event, so she could talk about her experience.
She
But
helped run it.
yeah, she did. So so basically what we did was we rented what's it called? Silent disco headphones. I was blanking on the name, but we rented silent disco headphones enough for 50 people, and then we brought them into the theater and we showed a full-length 45-minute video, basically a guided journey.
It's like a first visual meditation.
Yeah, and it was like being able to feel like you're flying over the clouds and traveling through nature while you're listening to the music. And you had on headphones, so you had the binaural elements. And so it was just a really powerful event. And it was one of the first ones that we've done with visuals like that. So it was really neat to work with like a cinematographer and like put together a video that went with the experience. So it was a lot of fun. And that was something that we housed inside of our certification. So Thursday and Friday and most of Saturday, we did the certification. And then that night, the people who came to become certified helped to host the event. So they got on, hands-on experience to host an event and to see some of the types of things that came up, and then how they could then take this format template and do it in their own hometown. And we showed them, they got to experience 5 meditations in 4 days, which was a walking in nature with wireless headphones meditation. They got a shamanic journey, hand drums, and very earthy, music that they got to experience with headphones. They got surround sound speaker meditations with subwoofers and could feel the vibration in them. So it was just something that created a lot of connectivity to the music and to the experiences, and to showcase the diversity that you could use the music in those types of settings.
So one of the cool things you and I have been working on is my little meditation for writers, and that's just one of the ways that I've partnered with Ian to create something really unique, you guys, which we haven't shared yet, but we're about to, right, Ian? Okay, good.
So if you go to our YouTube channel, there's some testimonials, and there's also some samples of the music that you can, check out. And then there's a guided meditation from Paul Check, and then Laura's video is up there, the sample video for it, and it gives you the ability to purchase her album, and it has the instrumental of the track and her voice, and then the full-length video that she did a guided meditation video for us, and it's really cool, and it's specifically focused on writers, which is really, really awesome. Yeah, there's a lot there on the YouTube. So the YouTube channel is, if you want to put it in there, is just
I'll get some links going.
Yeah, Listening to Smile Music on YouTube. You can just search that, Listening to Smile Music, and you'll find the channel. But
oh, there I am. I could see it. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
It's already got a decent amount of views. I think it's like 38 or 30, 3,800, 3,900 or something views. So it's,
I see that. I didn't even know it was up, you guys. Oh my God. Okay, so here's the link to that one. Have fun with that, you guys. And I'll put it in the notes later for our replay. That's so much fun. I had fun doing that, and I loved the way that you put everything together. And again, this is just one of the super creative ways I partnered with Ian and used music to enhance what I was doing with helping my writers. So there's going to be a way that you can do that for whatever you all are doing, I know, because I know what you're up to with guiding people, coaching people, giving them tools, giving them ways to practice when you're not around. I mean, there's so many different things that we're doing to help people. And I think it's again, it's just a no-brainer to add the music. So
Mhm.
so Katie wants to know, can you guys do a quick, like a discovery call with her to do all that? Okay. How should they get with you for that?
You want to put the email in there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm. So just reply to this email and we can set up a time with you to do the discovery call. We usually do about 15 or 20 minutes and just find what you're wanting to focus on and see where we can add value to your vision. And then also I saw Heidi. So I'm assuming, Heidi, you're a sound healer. You do your work with sound in your practice. And so she's asking, is it easy to add live crystal bowl performances with the music? So as long as the singing bowls are in tune with the frequency that we're working with, so it usually does really well. And there's also practitioners who are sound healers that use our music at the beginning of their event and at the end of their event, and they do their own performance in the middle, like with their singing bowls. And when the beginning, they're going around and like doing energy work or working with people in different ways where they can be more hands-on. A lot of people that do like Reiki or energy and that type of thing, or sometimes they just want to have the music playing while they do guided meditation. And then they do their own performances with their singing bowls or gongs or other instruments. And it kind of adds more diversity to the offering, where it has different, different levels of the music and the instrumentation. So there's just kind of some more peaks and valleys and dynamics and the performance, the event.
So for those of you watching the replay, you can email brittany.churchill@listeningtosmile.com. And I'll have that down below in case you don't know how to spell all that, but it's pretty self-explanatory. Brittany.churchill@listeningtosmile.com, and she'll set up a little chat for you to, ask all your questions and that good stuff. Heidi, did that answer your question pretty well? Yeah. Okay, cool. Anyone else have a question?
And just, I'll say this to Heidi. So we have 1,000 songs in our discography, right? That total in creation. And there's 432, there's 444. So there's everything in solfeggio, also in like Schumann resonance and 432. And then we also do chakra frequencies that are mostly in the solfeggio, but we also have 432 chakras. And we also do planetary frequencies too. So and we've come up with our own, what we call signature frequencies, listening to smile signature frequencies that are outside of all of the other, and we just have really focused on things that we've been experimenting with. We have came up with our own frequency album called Signature Frequencies, and so it gives you something else that you could explore too.
Laura, do you have the link to the Bandcamp up and handy that you can put it in the chat?
I can just type it in.
I don't have that link. Like, I don't use that one very often.
I'm just gonna type it in. So this is the wellness series that's available to the public, and I think this is what you had. Maybe that was your own Bandcamp, but
Yeah.
this is what's available to the public, and this is a neat collection. So you'll be able to see the 432 chakras, the chakra tune-ups that are in 444. You'll see the pain relief, the trauma release. There's a bunch of different albums, and you'll see, I think this gives a good idea of the variety of things that we can focus on and target. And
they're for personal use.
They're for personal use only. And so this is not within the licensing agreement that's in the membership. So and the monthly albums are not on this wellness series. So that is exclusive, that is behind the door of the membership. And so that's on a completely different platform.
And Laura, do we have enough time where I can talk real quick about copyright, where people understand that a little bit more?
Yeah, go for it. We got a few minutes left.
So when I was at Carnegie Mellon in Pennsylvania, we were doing a talk. It was a continuing education for doctors and nurses. And I was lucky enough to do a presentation where we talked about frequency-minded music there. But at the end, there was a yoga teacher that came up to me, and she owned 6 yoga studios and had 55 teachers, and she was getting sued for $150,000 from BMI. BMI, ASCAP, there's a few other ones that are called PROs, Performing Rights Organizations. And what they do is they, it's interesting, the state of the industry, because they're not really making money because the tech industry stole the music industry. iTunes and Spotify and YouTube pretty much are the record labels now. The performing rights organizations are looking for more ways that they can make money. So what they're doing is they're finding people who are breaking copyright law and they're dragging them to court and threatening them with $150,000 for breaking copyright, but then they're settling out of court for like 25 or 50 grand, and they're taking that money and basically using it for profit. It's a really screwed up system right now. But the other thing that people need to know is that your videos can get taken down, you can get threatened with lawsuits, or it's just, in my opinion, the integrity. Like if someone was taking your book and using it to make money for themselves and not paying you something, I know it would make you upset. So as musicians, we feel the same when someone's using our music and their practice. And the yoga teacher, when I said this to her, she said, well, the music's not really important, it's just background. And I said, well, don't use it. Don't use the music. And I said, but it is important and it does make a difference, or you wouldn't be using it and searching for the perfect playlist every time you're working with your yoga group, right? So I said, but the benefit of working with us is, one, you're in the integrity, you're paying for the things that you're using that are making you money and adding value, but you're also giving to me and the musicians that create the music directly. There's not a third party that's taking percentages and overseeing it and taking advantage of us. You're paying direct into that. And then what we're doing is paying into you by giving you these multiple revenue streams and ways that you can earn the income. But for instance, Spotify used to be, it was like a tenth of a penny for every stream. But now they've gone down to like 0.003 is what they pay, percentages of a penny for each stream. And it's gotten even worse recently, where they've decided that if you don't have a certain amount of streams, then they're going to take the money that you've generated and give it to one of the other, like Justin Bieber or someone like that, right? So someone that's actually bringing a lot of viewers to their platform, they're going to take your money now and give it to them. And so just to give you an idea, the old model, which has changed now to even less, but the old model was, if I had 1 million streams on Spotify, I would make $3,000 US, which is ridiculous. But now it's going to be even less. It's probably going to be somewhere around $1,800 or $1,900 for every 1 million streams. So most artists will never reach 1 million streams. They don't have the PR campaign behind them. So a lot of their music is just out there for free, and it's not earning them any kind of income at all. So the model that we've created was to be more respectful to myself and other musicians creating the music, giving us the ability to earn a living doing what we love, and then also for us to help pass that on or pay it forward to you guys to be able to do the same. Most of the people that we're working with who are actually working with 2 to 3 events a month, and those events can be online, they can be in person, are generating somewhere between $2,000 and $6,000 worth of extra side hustle capital for their businesses. There's also people who are making a couple $100. There's people that make their money back by the end of the year, but it depends on how much time and effort they're putting into it. And I think the last thing I just want to say is that we love to be of help and of service. So like if people need help making playlists, if people have questions about copyright, if people want to brainstorm about some of the directions they're going and the templates that they're going to create utilizing the music, we love doing that, because investing in you in that way is going to make you more successful. And if we can make it easy for you to be successful, then you're going to be 10 times more likely to sign up again next year, which supports us and our mission. So we love to help in that way.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Let me spin this back around here. Ian, thank you really for what you do and how you're doing it. And I hope you guys will take advantage of at least a phone call. And if you're curious, want to see how you can create some ideas for yourself based on all of the information, I highly recommend you have that phone call. And of course, you know, other questions come up or whatever, you can reach out to me, you can reach out to Ian and Brittany. And thank you both so much for being here and sharing everything with us today.
Yeah,
Thank you.
cool. So I was just reading this comment. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
with
So we're-
for Katie, I know. I really think that your program is so perfect for so many of my healer friends for so many different reasons, and that's why I wanted to bring you in. And so Katie and Heidi and Pam, hi PJ. I know you came in a few minutes late. I'll be sharing this, putting it up on my YouTube channel, but I'll put it back in the author groups too. And if you know any of your healer friends who you think, you know, should be watching the replay and reaching out to Ian or Brittany, please pass it on. Let me know if I can, you know, give you the link to the video and you just want to share it privately with other people. You're super welcome to do that. Yeah, all right. I think that's it. Any last words, Ian?
It's really easy to use this in a personal way. You know, 10 to 20 minutes a day for 1 week, you'll see a difference. And in 2 weeks, it's definitely very noticeable. And so it doesn't take a lot of money. It doesn't take a lot of time to, you know, get started using this in a personal way. And then we love to help amplify brands and businesses with the music, the frequency-minded music. So reach out.
Check it out, you guys. Explore listeningtosmile.com. And then the Bandcamp link is where they can have tasters, correct? Okay.
Yeah.
Listening to smile #1.bandcamp.com. I will put all of the links I shared today somewhere underneath the video so that you all can go find them, okay?
Yeah. And make sure everybody checks out your guided meditation on our YouTube.
Yeah, use the code BRAVE, y'all. Doesn't matter how you spell it in terms of caps or non-caps, just BRAVE is good. And yeah, let me know what you think. That was a first for me to create something like that. So I think it's pretty cool. All right, everyone, I'm going to go ahead and close out the recording. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. Hope you have a really great rest of your day.